people come to the microphone and share with the whole group what your business is, and we're all going to brainstorm for you on what you could do as far as the topics you can write about for articles and posts. Who wants to share first? I'll pick you out of the table myself. You don't come on up.
Hi, I'm Roseanne with Normandeau Window Coverings, and we sell Hunter Douglas window coverings. We do drapery, custom drapery, bedding, bench sheets, but our main is window coverings. So blind, shade, shutters.
Okay, so what could you write about besides just window coverings? Go ahead, Jackie.
Decor tips.
Okay, what else?
Taking notes.
How to care for your clients.
Okay.
Go ahead, just shout it about.
I would focus on sleep. So many people have sleep problems. So an article about whether or not having your window completely covered.
Like blackout blinds, you mean?
Yeah.
The sun coming in the morning.
Perfect, thank you.
So lighting changes everything, right? So
Yes.
lighting, then you having
Great, thank
Yeah,
you.
Kurt's a painter, so he knows about lighting, about paint and light.
Some of the blinds now, they go up, they go down, and sometimes like we moved into a house that had Hunter Douglas,
Yeah.
and sure enough, if you pull on this rope too hard, that's it. One side's down and one
How to care for your how to care for your blinds, right?
now there's a big bill to fix it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you summarize what people are saying?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Can you comment?
For sure, definitely, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Who next? Yeah, go ahead. Home security. Thank you very much.
Some really outrageous blinds are blinds aren't available. So people have been home essentially with a big spray blind use.
You know, I'd like to see an article on automation. How to automate. I'd love to be able to, my wife is in the kitchen, is constantly opening and closing our shutters at nighttime and opening them in the morning. I'd love to be able to, it's like my whole home is automated. Yes, yes, you do. But I want to know about that, right? And do a video on that, right? Okay, what else?
How technology is changing your industry.
Okay.
Okay, who's next? Someone else come to the microphone over here? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's hear for it. What's your name? What do you do?
My name's Devin Rudd Fraser. I am the marketing director for Sunrise Healing Lodge Society. We are a nonprofit Indigenous drug and alcohol treatment center here in Calgary.
Okay, so go ahead, Jackie.
Stories, stories, stories.
Yeah. Overcoming triumphs and people.
Yeah.
Results, right?
Yep.
What else?
Victories that they've overcome.
Yeah, victories for sure. What else? What about resources out there for them? Besides just your your what other thing, have a whole resource page or have an article with all the resources they can go to. Mental health professionals, psychologists, healers, right?
Location.
Locations they can go to if they're not in Alberta or not in Calgary.
How to do intervention.
Interventions for sure, absolutely. What else?
Jobs and skills that they can do.
Jobs and skills they can do.
What's the turning point between someone who is out there that with a problem to the point where they get to you?
What's the breakthrough they have, the turning point for sure? What about after they go through a program? What's next for them afterwards in real normal life, right? Integrating back in there.
Would be great groups to collaborate with that could expand on the program to support them maybe with another program or this
Right. What about how mental health affects the families and the friends?
Yeah, Mark.
Groups that aren't in Calgary, so if someone's got a friend or relative in another center, what's over there?
Right.
Other places, yeah.
Why they should hear the program? Here's one.
Yeah.
Just building relationships, getting that support you need with individuals, share with groups. So this is about the ongoing, I've got support from my family.
Relationship support from your family for sure, absolutely, yeah.
Three conditions like brain injury, neglect, things that happen.
Yeah, causes, right? What causes mental health issues? You know, abuse, sexual abuse, stress in your life, family life. How many people have kids here? Is having kids a little stressful sometimes? How many people are married? Is married a little stressful sometimes?
Yes, the back.
Awesome.
Yeah, to how to raise
Coming up
money.
in October.
Great, awesome. Let's hear it for him. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Who's next? Come on, people. This is a great opportunity, Mike. Come on, Mark.
books. I do nude photography of women as an empowerment, embracing type of stuff.
Your company again?
Inner Spirit Photography.
Right.
And so we're trying to figure out what's the best kind of language or things would interest women in this platform.
Women, what interests you about getting your pictures taken? Positivity,
Good? Yes.
embrace who you are,
So
like who
articles about
yourself.
How to do that then is what
Yeah.
we're talking about? Okay.
What else?
How you are unique and different compared to everybody else.
Okay.
Unique and different. Yeah. What else?
Lots of the warrants. We got boxes.
Yeah.
of them.
I would say like what the process is, because I think that's like a really uncomfortable thing for a lot of people to do.
So how it's safe and easy to kind of go through it, so kind of in advance, yeah?
Yeah.
Would video or word be better for that?
Probably both.
Yeah? Okay.
Definitely video.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff would interest the CEOs, the people who are really, really high end that would be a bit more nervous about it? Exposure? They're very exposed.
Yeah.
Go, yeah. Yep. Okay, security, yeah, that's a good thing. What's that? Yeah, okay,
Reputational damage for sure.
those are good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. How about stories of how their husbands enjoyed the pictures afterwards? Well, not that way, but that way, but not in that way, right? Capturing yourself at a certain point in your life where you can look back later on and going, you know what? I'm beautiful now, but I was like really beautiful back then, right?
okay, sweet. Feeling empowered.
Feeling empowered for sure.
good.
What else?
Anything else out there?
What about stories of just running a business? What about a life story of where you started from and where you are now and the whole transition of how you got there?
That'd be good.
Why you do it?
Why? Your why?
The wise.
Yeah. You all should make a video about your why.
Yeah, that's, I've been doing this for 42 years.
Yeah.
Why goes way back.
Yeah. Or a great, be a book, right?
Yeah, we actually got books out. We do.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, let's hear from Mark.
Thank you.
Who's next? Come on, people. It's a great
Anyone else?
idea.
Oh, good,
Great
share.
opportunity to get some ideas for your company. And make sure if you're talking in the microphone, someone else who's beside you is writing notes for you, okay? So write notes for her, okay?
Cher Munoz with Vivia Digital Films, and what we love and are passionate about are finding out what your stories are, and then presenting them in a way that people then want to get to know you as well. So either to become your client, a friend, a relationship, whatever that is for you, because it's powerful. And my husband laughs because one of my questions with new clients is, okay, so Jeff McGinn, I'm pretty sure that when you're born, you didn't come out of your mama's womb and go, I want to be a mortgage broker. There's a journey. We want to know about that journey.
So rattle. Mortgage broker.
We want to know what Jeff wanted to be when he grew up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I?
So-
I'm sorry. I'm just going to do one more pitch for Vivia Digital Films. So, in terms of storytelling and video, they had a client that was a dry cleaner that will serve people in rural areas. They did
Delivery service.
like he'll go and get your dry cleaning and deliver it back to you when you're out in the boonies. And they did this fantastic goosebump giving video with drone photography over a field with cattle, and the cattle ranchers rolled up on their horses to the fence and handed the guy the dry clean. Oh my God! It is the most fantastic creative video.
cleaning cowboy.
It's
Yeah,
anyway. Sorry.
that was awesome. What else would
I
you write
like those
about?
people. You can tell, right? Like
Ideas? Come on.
anyone else?
What do you want to know?
Stage fright.
Oh,
Stage fright. How to get over stage fright,
yes, absolutely.
right?
That's a great one.
Yeah. What does it bring back to you afterwards? What's
That's a good
typical case studies for clients who've done video with you and how they've, what kind of business has it got them actually? So do a video interview with your client and say, I did a video with your company, shots of that video in there, and then this is the results. I got this great client, or I got 20 clients from the video.
And that was a great question too, because one of the things we run into when we are with a prospective client is when we're done and we have ideas and we look at them, and this is where they get the deer in the headlights look, because we go, so now what's your call to action? All of this has been great, but now what's your call to action? And that's something oftentimes clients don't think of in the moment.
So how to create your call to action within a video or within a story,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, absolutely.
What to do with my hands?
What to do with my hands?
Listen expressively, you chat with them, whatever.
How to have
staff convince their bosses to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, how to convince people to do a video.
Staff may be like, we really need this stuff. So how to give them tools to tell them.
And maybe a video about video stats, as far as here's some stats on videos in 2020, what they can do, the kind of reach you can get, and once again, case studies.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay, let's, anybody else?
Pardon me?
Yeah, how you're different, how you're unique, what's your ROI, right? Okay, great, let's hear it for her. Who's next? Yeah, go. You can go one, you can go two, you can wait up here if you want to. Yeah.
You can
yeah,
wait
you
at
can go
this
there.
one.
Yeah, you can wait at this one over here till he's finished.
My name's Kelly. I'm marketing manager for caliper inspection. We do inspection of pressure retaining equipment. So for doing posts, we have
And pressure retaining equipment for what exactly?
oil and
Like
gas industry,
oil and gas industry?
refrigeration,
Right.
Pressure vessels, process piping. So oil and gas is
Oil and gas is huge,
not
yeah.
it's not huge right now.
Well, you know what? That's a really interesting thing you say about that. But I mean, there are companies still making, some good money out there. I'm surprised more people. Anybody else in oil and gas here at all? Anybody else in oil and gas? Yeah. I'm just wondering why the oil and gas industry isn't more, doing more marketing out there, especially with this economy.
That's exactly it. You just hit the nail on the head. Is that you have to be creative. You have to do more now than.
And think outside the box, right?
It's not just walking in the door anymore.
Right. So a great story or a great article and post you can make is maintenance, and how maintenance is actually less expensive than repairs.
There you go.
That's a good one.
What else? Yeah, who is someone else?
Supporting First Nations, working with them.
Oh yeah, indigenous content. Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, what else? Cybersecurity for control systems. Anybody in cybersecurity here? Anybody in IT or support? Oh, besides, okay, yeah. So cybersecurity for you in general, right? How people, every single day you see this company's hacked and that company's hacked and Chinese hackers and people hacking in the world. So, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, and how the industries have changed over the years, new technology.
Yep. Well, that's what I had was regulation updates, changes, technology changes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could have happened.
Some information for the public, testing, inspections,
They don't. Yep.
just some information for
Yeah, information for the public on what you do and why it's important.
Yep. Okay.
who buys and why.
Who buys and why.
Why? Okay.
Misconceptions that people have about what you do.
Okay.
And explanations of what you do, because I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is.
It's maintaining code standards, regulations, doing the inspections to make sure that those things and contract. If
Right.
you're doing something brand new.
So if you're in the industry, that's great. If not in the industry, I'm going like blank look on my face over here.
So to address that, maybe to say, if this isn't done properly, what can go wrong?
yeah,
Like the sort of catastrophe stories.
yeah.
A little bit of scare tactic.
Absolutely.
No scare tactic necessarily, but you definitely want to have stories about, if you don't do these things for yourself out here, and what could possibly happen to your equipment and what happens and the costs involved, right? This thing blew up, this thing failed because this thing failed, that thing failed over there, and then we had a $1 million job afterwards.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
It's more expensive to fix it in the field than it is to do it right the first time.
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay.
Next, yeah, go ahead.
And I support that comment. I've been in an industry that dealt with process safety and that type of thing. I think the challenge we've got nowadays is we're too busy trying to make sure that we don't scare anyone or offend anyone. The reality is that you're doing people a favor. So I would encourage that. Say, look, this is what can happen if you don't do this. I think we've got to stop being shy about that.
Exactly.
Get back to telling the truth. I think that might make you actually unique in this space because I think everyone's just going around stuff.
Good point. Okay.
Great.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, let's hear for him. Go ahead.
Hi everybody, my name is Mike Powell. I'm an independent business consultant, actually a chartered accountant, and I've been working for the last 15 years helping companies implement big accounting projects here in Calgary. They're one-off projects. I've been working for over 30 years, and in that time I've done quite a bit of training, and I've noticed that I think there's a demand to help non-finance people better understand financial issues so they can make better business decisions. So I'm really looking at offering a new service arm myself to run workshops, seminars, coaching one-on-one to help sales guys, marketing guys, HR guys, warehousing guys, logistics guys, people who are probably mid-managers, better understand finance and make better business decisions. So I welcome your feedback.
Yeah. How? Go ahead, yeah.
Probably throughout your 30 years, you've probably got a lot of people that have asked you questions. So one of the best lead generators can be is say, you're proposing those questions to other people. So have you had this pitfall because you didn't know this? Would you like to learn like a high level? So really highlighting some of the issues that you've already experienced.
Highlighting the problems and offering solutions.
Right. Not
And,
even offering
yeah.
anything yet, but just
Yeah.
could this have helped you? Could this knowledge have helped you?
Yeah. And the biggest thing also I want to say to you all is if you're not doing any kind of presentation marketing like this here, then you should be. Presentation marketing, webinars, live workshops, that kind of thing is probably one of the strongest forms of marketing there is out there. I know many people have a problem doing that. It took Rochelle and I, 2.5 months, 3 months almost to put this all together. But, it's worth it though.
Yep.
Next, who else?
Jeff, you were going to
Yeah.
say something?
The cost of not having a professional on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely,
good.
yeah.
I'm also thinking of offering it to entrepreneurs, so not so much perhaps a startup company, but a company that's been operating for a little while and is growing and really does need, a better grasp of financials and how their decisions will be impacting the company. So it's not just non-finance people, but anyway, yeah, that's a good point. Thank you.
So jumping off the previous, to sort of link those two things, if you interviewed some of your clients and said, if you had known now what you knew when you started, in terms of your
Well,
business.
that made a difference.
How would it have made a difference? And do an interview. By the way, that's a great way to do a post, is to do an interview with a client, and it has a lot more credibility than just you making those statements.
Yeah, perfect. Anybody else at all? Okay, who's next? So what time? What's our time there? Okay, so we have one more person. Time for one more person here.
One more person,
Go ahead,
yeah.
come on up. Come on up. What's your name? What do you do?
Hi, my name is Mike Shepard, and my wife and I own a business called Cobb's Adventure Park. So if you haven't heard of it, it's an adventure park. We have kangaroos. Have you heard of us having kangaroos in Calgary?
In Calgary?
Yes.
Never heard of the place.
So we have a kangaroo petting zoo in Calgary. What I'm here hoping to learn is more. I want to target with LinkedIn. We do corporate events. So we do a lot of
team
groups
building.
From team building from groups of 20 people up to 1,200 is the biggest that we do at our park so far. So, but I don't know how to get to them. So any help would be great. Yeah.
Tons of information out there, tons of stories you can do. So pictures, videos, people having fun, stories about what team building events do for corporations as far as solidifying the team. Team that's solidified works better together, more productivity, that kind of thing. And the fun people have, right? You guys, Kurt?
Sorry? Yes, my name is Mike Shepard.
You said it was 20 acres and then you didn't realize it was that big. And then the fact that you could host all sorts of different types of events, from stages to team building and corporate meetings. Your event is Calgary Resource that everyone must know.
Yeah. And post often, right? Yeah, tourist attraction, yeah.
I didn't know you existed.
Yeah.
So get with the video guys over there, the video people over there, get with them and have them do a tour of your facility. Some of the tour being like fast forwarding footage and then stopping and doing normal speed at certain events, like we're petting the kangaroos now. And now we're doing this over here. And this is what you have to have, and people having fun. Get some kids, get some parents, get some people in the video with you having fun, enjoying themselves, different shots, cutaways, takeaways, over shoulders, drone photography for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
So, and another idea is, what can we learn? What can you learn? What can your team learn from the kangaroo? Like, like look at what kangaroos are like and how they live and their whatever, and see if there's some little things in there that we can all learn from the kangaroo.
Yeah, that's
first of
that's
all,
the
they're
article.
And one thing that I've thought of, and I don't know if it'd be appropriate, quite honestly, to put on, I probably would, but on LinkedIn, is to talk about the wildfires and things like that, because it's very relevant right now.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of fundraising everywhere we go right now, is all for the wildfires, the animals affected by the wildfires.
Yeah. And an article topic or post topic could be think like a kangaroo. And then the article afterwards.
Yeah.
For your corporate audience, maybe why hanging out with kangaroos creates a strong emotional connection amongst team members.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And they do. They do.
What other have besides kangaroos there?
Do you want to say something? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, I was just going to say, like, maybe this is a LinkedIn thing, but I feel like there's a very, like, viral nature of this type of business. So even something like going to Curiosity Recovery or, like, Narc City, like, they do articles on local things.
They've done articles on us, yeah. In fact, we just dropped by Curiosity last week because they did an article on us, yeah.
Share that on LinkedIn. That would, like,
Yeah.
Oh, great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Share your articles. Share your media content.
So you just asked what else? Like, we have a lot to do.
Like what?
Everybody gets kangaroos, but we have a fence maze, axe throwing, blacklight mini golf, climbing wall, bouncy houses. I don't know, like 30 or 40 things.
And we're all going to
the
this
back of
place
the room
later on,
there?
yeah.
Yes, back there.
When you're pitching to corporate clients, wouldn't it be nice for the corporate clients to be able to, or that you're telling them, this should be part of your HR presentation, to show them how much fun it is to work at your company. So I'm going to give
Or a perk. Yeah.
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 Great idea.
Put together an HR perk package for the company.
So, I mean, the posting on LinkedIn, it's not specifically a posting, but, you know, it's something where you can advertise, target specific groups, specific neighborhoods, specific cities. Since we've done that, where I've sold meetings packages, some packages, there's a small advertising cost of that on LinkedIn, but again, it's untapped, as I heard earlier. There's other ways to get around there, so it's affordable. It specifically targets people. That's what I would.
And that's what I'd like to learn more about.
So you're talking about LinkedIn, the actual LinkedIn advertising platform?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. For sure. Absolutely. We'll keep talking a little bit later on about that. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Let's have a hand for him. Okay, so here we go here to this. I'm not sure what we got, so back from okay, so we have people here who have
back one.
helped us out. Oh, here we are. So yeah, so I'd like to thank people who have helped us out today. As you hear your name, and you know guys back where we are, come on up here for a second. Let's give a big round of applause. We have Tom Burchell on media over here. Let's give him a hand. Come on, people. Jillian Bowen. Yeah, let's have a hand for her. Brad Castle. Let's have a hand for him. That's beautiful. And Jessica Sudin. Let's hear it for her. Thank you very much. Okay, so now as we also have a couple of sponsors who want to come up and talk to you guys a bit. The first people we have on here is Marty Park. Marty, come on up here. Marty's going to talk to you about his business. I was actually at a workshop with Marty on exit strategies. Very, very important information. Marty's a genius. Marty's owned and operated 13 companies in 6 industries since he was 21 years old. His first company was a technology startup, after which he ventured into audio production, retail, the hospitality industry, and most recently, advertising and marketing. He's been a crucial player in all phases of startups and growth, including corporate strategy, sales, marketing, operations, and finances. Let's have a big hand for Marty. Yeah.
Oh, it's taped to the floor. I'm kind of a walker and talker. First off, how many people up until this point, didn't know a whole lot about LinkedIn? And are now substantially more already in the morning, right? So I asked the same question about business. How many people went to university or college or SAIT or anything and took a course called business? Okay, because what I found is when you actually get out and start a business, it has nothing to do with the experience as an entrepreneur, right? There's things that I remember back in university taking a marketing class all about Coca-Cola and Pepsi and how big brands battle it out. And when I said to the prof, hey, I'm running a company where my marketing budget is $500, not $500 million, he said, please sit down. And so my experience is just that. What I do is I run a company called Evolve Business Group, and we do a lot of work where we help entrepreneurs specifically learn about business. Because so often once you get into it, when you have no other job in the world has you dealing with sales, with marketing, with finance, with administration, all of the different things that are so critical to somebody running a business. And so because you've got so many things to look after, so many times the big barrier for people is either I don't know much about that space, whether it's something just as simple. I mean, look at all the information you can learn about with LinkedIn as just one little channel within marketing. And then you say to people, well, what's your background in sales? I've never sold anything. There's so many things you can learn about in that space. So we generally try to help clients with ideas, but also with the how to implement it. Because it's easy to have a coach or an advisor who goes, here's 10 more things you should do. And what we found over the years is that the barrier for most people is, well, I get that, but I don't really know how. Even the simplicity of how do you shop for a website is sometimes beyond people. Or how do you set up a strategic alliance? Or how do you do a review with one of your employees? And so what I've done over the last 18 years is operated, oftentimes people call me a business coach, but I'm really, I focus a lot on entrepreneurs. And we, instead of just coaching in terms of here's some things you should do, we have a whole team of people who help our clients execute. And so that's really, at the end of the day, we want clients to be able to be better business owners and be able to scale their company up. And I will tell you, I've been through all sorts of experiences where clients go, how do you know that? And I say, oh, well, let me tell you about the time that HSBC tried to foreclose on $1 million loan on me. That was an experience, but here's what it taught me. And so we take some of that real life experience and make sure that clients know it's just not some academic model, but it's something that I can, in the past, have been able to say, no, I'm doing it in my business. Or the best thing in the world, as a lot of you know, you get a great idea from somebody else, you repurpose it. I never say steal, but you repurpose that idea so that all of a sudden you can apply it. And so we take best practices from all of our clients across industries and go, hey, it's working so well over there, let's change it and do something else. So we have a table over here, and glad to talk to anybody about their business, even if you just have a specific question about any area. If we don't know, we always put you in touch with somebody that does. The last thing I'd mention is that I think I'm good for time. Okay, perfect, thank you. So one of the things years ago, now about 7 years ago, started this process of writing a book. I had clients who consistently said, how do you know that? How come my accountant hasn't told me that? Coming back to the gentleman who was the accountant. And clients who said, well, geez, I wish I would have known that. It would have saved me 10 grand. And so I started writing down those little things in a little journal. And so I had this published late last year in October called Tiger by the Tail, 99 Secrets to Tame and Master Your Business. And it is simply 99 things that I wished as a business owner, somebody would have said, oh, well, here's a faster way, or here's what you should focus on. And so I have books for sale, but really the important thing for me is that when clients have read it, that they can reference it and go, oh my God, that's so much better than the way I've been doing it. And that really is the benefit. So anyway, I'm here as a resource to chat with people about your business, share ideas, brainstorm. If you're interested in a book or just want to come peruse it or look at it, we're right over here. Otherwise, Alan, thank you, both of you, for putting on the day today.
Awesome. Let's hear it from Marty. And as I said beforehand, I was actually at a workshop with Marty. This guy is a smart guy. If you ever thought about investing in a business coach for yourself, absolutely you want to hire Marty Park. Our next sponsor we have up is Dave Taylor. Dave is from Infront Marketing. And let's welcome Dave over here. Dave, come on up. So Dave and his business partners, John, started Infront Marketing in February 2015 with one main goal in mind, providing business owners with a better understanding of what happens when they run digital marketing campaigns and to do it at reduced cost. With over a decade working with large corporations in the Yellow Pages Group and Sun Media, Dave decided the only way to provide better data to his clients was to go it alone. During this presentation, you'll find out what makes Infront Marketing different from other advertising agencies, how they can do what they can do for you and how they can do it with without a retainer, and why businesses of all sizes are choosing Infront Marketing as their main advertising partner. So Dave, go ahead.
Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Yeah, my name is Dave Taylor. I do own Infront Marketing. I did incorporated here in Calgary about 5 years ago. I was working for Sun Media at the time. If anybody's ever run an ad campaign in this room with Post Media, Sun Media, Rogers, Yellow Pages, you'll know that there is no data to support what you're doing. At the end of the day, what they do is they give you impressions, how many people seen your ad, and how many people clicked on your ad. It's obviously, it doesn't tell you anything about how people engage with your business and how people engage with your campaigns, what messaging they relate with, where they're spending time on your site, and how that relates to conversions and ROI. Marketing is an ecosystem. LinkedIn is obviously a big part of why we're here today. Is anybody in this room familiar with the LinkedIn Pixel? 3 hands, which is awesome. 4 hands. So a pixel is a container for data. It allows us to understand how people are engaging on a platform when they come through to your site. The code is placed on your website, and it allows you to pull data from consumers who have come through LinkedIn, direct to your site, and then remarket your own content to them, whether it be through LinkedIn or through other platforms. LinkedIn has a pixel, Facebook has a pixel, advertising agencies like myself create unique tracking pixels that allow us to take data from consumers as they come to your site. Just like the Calgary Sun, if you go to the Calgary Sun website, what happens? They take your data, they take your age, your income, they take your job role, they take your behavioral profile, the things that you're interested in and the content that you're consuming, and then they deliver you an ad instantaneously to connect you to a business that deems you as a relevant consumer. You as a business owner have access to all of this same data on your own website. You need an opportunity to connect into it utilizing unique tracking metrics like a pixel. We all know this happens. You start searching for something, ads start to appear. You start looking for a home, a car, a pair of shoes, a watch, insurance, mortgage, whatever it is. That data is collected and you're being delivered ads in real time based on what you're searching for. It happens online and it happens in traditional media. I love to tell this story because it just happened to me. I'm talking fast, so now I'm heart's beating fast, so I'll try to calm down and take my time. But our corporate gift this year was a bottle of JP Wiser's. They did this craft series with NHL alumni hockey players, and Lanny McDonald was involved in one. So I found this out and I started looking for this bottle. I went to the JP Wiser's site. I started finding out what liquor stores were offering it. I found out that it was sold out everywhere, and I started making some calls to figure out where it was. My phone recognizes this behavior. What happens when I start driving down the street? We all may not realize, but all the digital billboards that you see, there's one just outside here, is actually connected to your phone, and the apps on your phone are releasing data on the things that you're seeing, and in real time, those billboards are connecting you to advertisers. The same thing's happening on transit. You walk into an elevator downtown and you see a digital screen. It's connected to your phone. You have a connected TV in your house. It's happening. It's reacting to what you're looking at on social media. And what happened, I'm going to Chop for dinner and JP Wiser's hits me with an ad to remind me that I'm looking for this bottle on a billboard in a traditional media. Okay? You go to Pattison, they sell you a location. They say, buy this location, there's this amount of cars driving by, make sure you're here. Cost you $5,000 or whatever it is. You go through an advertising agency, we buy the audience, we buy the people that you're looking for, and we buy it based on data and what's available to us in their behavior and the things that they're looking for, and we buy it based on impressions. How many people see your ad is what's important to us, and then we use data to follow through and track people to the website and redeliver them ads. So you might spend $1,000 on it, a couple $1,000, whatever your budget allows. And then we utilize, obviously, your budget to deliver ads in other formats, whether it be through LinkedIn or Facebook or banner ads or content. The goal is, of course, to understand how that ecosystem works and how business owners can leverage that, utilizing data to deliver ads in real time to people based on their behavior. So that's a lot. I understand. The goal is to understand the data and how it can help your business grow. And then, of course, how to utilize that to redeliver and stay top of mind. When we talk about quickly about posting content on LinkedIn. I fully believe that that content needs to drive people to your website, and you need to have the ability to reconnect with people and deliver them more content. Is it Jackie? Is that what I heard your name was? So you made a great comment. You're posting content, people are maybe reading that content, but it's really hard to turn likes and shares into revenue or engagement. It often takes 4, 5, 6 times to make contact with somebody before they engage with your business or convert. A lot of the times those contact points have to be on different platforms, because on the platform that you're connecting with them on isn't the one that they're buying, or they're not in a buying habit when they're reading that content. So we engage with that content, maybe we shorten the content, push them to the website to read more content. Once you're on your website, you grab their data, and now you deliver other forms of advertising to them to stay top of mind. And then the data tells us when they're in a buying habit, and then we push them more content and push them to convert on the website. So again, it's about the ecosystem, and it's about understanding how people are engaged. So I'm over here, a little cold. Anybody else? But I'm here, so if you want to grab a card, I mean, consultations are always free. Feel free to reach out anytime, and I'm happy to have that conversation. We have no retainer. There is no barriers to entry. I don't say it's $25,000 or you don't get in the door. We have clients that spend $1,000 a month with us, whatever it is. We work with the Calgary Flames and the Calgary Sports Entertainment Corporation, all 4 major sports teams in the city, so we can kind of do it all. But
question?
That's why I talk fast.
There you go. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I had, one of my businesses was a marketing agency. And so I was in the agency space for, 5 years. Sold that business. But I will tell you that a lot of the background in marketing and advertising is all art driven, right? That a lot of times graphic designer, they're going to build you a beautiful website. But the real key to marketing these days in digital marketing is all the things he's talking about in terms of the analytics, the numbers, the tracking, understanding the ecosystem, where they go. So if you have somebody, if you don't have anybody helping you with marketing, Dave and his company have absolutely the right focus.
Absolutely, yeah. Fantastic.
Or I should say data is free. I mean, connecting those pixels, connecting to all that data is done in advance of doing any ad campaigns, and there is no cost to it. You just have to do the right things, and you have to find a way to connect into it, and then, of course, the cost comes when you're advertising.
Let's hear it for Dave. Thank you much, Dave. So now we have Mark. Where are you, Mark? There you are. Come on up, everybody. So I've known Mark for, geez, man, over 15 years now, probably. We've been loosely associated, and I've seen photographers come and go in Calgary. Mark is probably one of the best photographers in the whole world I've seen beforehand. If you haven't had your headshot done by Mark beforehand or today, get it done. This is an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. I had mine done. I need to update my headshot for sure. So I'm going to get your PowerPoint presentation ready there, and we can go from here.
So sad. I make things pretty. Am I still on? That's bad. Let's get this up here. So I'm going to do a little bit of 2 things. I'll tell you about what I do, and part of my presentation is to help you with your headshots. And it'll come up in just a second. So I'm Mark Lloyd from Inner Spirit Photography. This is a big year for us. My company turns 40. I turn 65. My marriage turns 45. My physical studio turns 30. And my photograph in outer space has been up there for 36 years. So there you go.
This button here, okay?
Buttons, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and as you mentioned, we're the Photographer of the Year for Canada. And we're also 4 International Photographer of the Year awards as well. So we have a lot of this. Now, how's this going to work? There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the photographs that got me. Can you see that? It's kind of washed out.
Check 1, 2.
So that's what we do.
1, 2, 1, 2.
So we're about polishing your business, your personal life. So I'm going to talk a bit about the headshots. I was horrified. A friend of mine owns a tech company, really highly successful, high-end company, and his headshot on LinkedIn and all his social media was a cropped version of him at a family picnic. And sadly, it's quite common. So these are things not to look at, not doing bad lighting, bad angles. A lot of the stuff that you think is really cute, it's not. And what's that? Yes, actually for most things. And the busy backgrounds. You can see also that one with the guy in the busy background. When you do a selfie, you distort your body, and it affects how you're going to look. So this is kind of another thing that affects it is the camera lens. So your camera lens on your phone, your selfie, it's a wide angle lens. So you see the face distorted, they get long, they get fat. That's what your camera does. And then you shoot up high, and it makes your body look skinnier and your face look longer and skinnier, and it's not that attractive. The other drawback with it is people expect to see the person in the photograph. So when you arrive, they look at the photograph. If it's old, they'll kind of go like, so you lied about this, what's next? And this is a bit of a holdover from the social media days when you're dating. So the dating sites, everybody sticks the photograph up. Most common thing with dating sites is photographs, sometimes not even you, but there could be 10, 20 years old. You know, the guy puts up, yes, this is me when I was the captain of the football team 40 years ago. And so what happens with the holdover from the effect on dating sites is that we become suspicious. So if you are that bold to put up a photograph that's bad, knowing I'm going to see you in like 4 hours, and I'm not going to notice the difference. And so when you have that type of incongruity, they start saying, well, what else have you lied about that I can't notice, that you're not so calm about? And that will turn over to the business area. And we'll get the next change. There we go. And change. Okay. Now this is our very bold host. So this is her before shot long time ago, and this is what we did for her as well. So you can see the difference. Now if you're going to hire someone, connect with somebody, venture in a project with somebody, which one are you going to approach? So that's the power of the photograph. Now there's a site called photofeeler.com, which is really cool. What they do is they'll rate your photograph. They do it for social media, dating, and of course for business. And you, yep. And if you get lost, you can always just email me for it. So it's photofeeler.com. The way the system works, you may have 100 to 500 people who will rate your photograph. Just regular folks who signed on. When you can do it for free as well, and you just have to rate other people's photographs. And they're rated on competent, likability, and influential. And you can see how that is. We've seen for people who are leaders in their field and have won awards, and they get these things rated, and they're like 0 for likability, and people go, you may be the president of your corporation, but you don't look competent. And people make these decisions in about 2 to 3 seconds, a glance at your photograph. And once they've made that decision about your photograph, it's really hard to shake it, because the photograph's embedded in their brain. So once that 2 or 3 seconds is spent on your photograph, it becomes, no matter what you say afterwards, you're having to overcome that photograph. So it's one of the reasons to get a good one, whether it's by me or somebody else. Now what we do is changing lives. Our photographs, we have come in, when we first started in the 80s, we were, back in they used to have the General Hospital, the people doing rape and abuse counseling, the psychiatrists, noticed every now and then women would jump up, and they'd miss 2 or 3 stages. Every time that happened, our name came up. And so they decided to study us for an entire year. And what they found in that year was all the women who came to us were in the middle of going through or coming out of a great personal change, whether they realized it or not. And one girl's really cute. He was talking to her. He says, so any changes in your life? No, she says, no, it's just, I just decided this would be a fun thing to do. Really. So what's happening in your life? Oh, she said, I got to tell you, I've just sold my business. Well, why did you sell your business to your 3 friends? Well, an old boyfriend of mine, he's in Africa. I went to visit him, and we really hit it off. And so we're going to get married in France. That's why I thought I have to sell my house as well. He says, really, when this happened? I don't know, about the time we had the photograph taken. So we do make changes. This is my studio. Most studios, there's been a huge leap in boudoir photography. 10 years ago, there was when I started, there was nobody. I was the only photographer to offer nude photography and boudoir photography in Canada. Actually, not in Alberta. And I taught at one time 95% of all the photographers in Canada who do this. Most studios now, 10 years ago, there was about 12 of us, and there's about 250 that offer boudoir photography now. But they do it out of hotel rooms and private centers, bedrooms. And this is our studio. Heated floor, 12-foot ceilings. It's my little safe place. I love it. It's kind of cool. And we change. So we do boudoir and nudes mostly. And it's really the photography we do is a process. And when women come out of it, the photographs are the anchors that remind them what they're all about. But it's not just about the photographs. It's about the process and how you change within it. So we have women come in who are terrified and come out really, really strong. To give you an example, we had one girl that came in. She was exciting. She's a little tiny thing. And she explained to me through very incoherent conversation that she's used to standing on a stage and telling 100 to 200 millionaires that their $5 million investment just tanked. isn't coming back, but that's okay because she has another investment they can get into that's just as risky. No problem. Doesn't have, just tells them about it. In my studio, she was gibbering, and she actually brought this thing. I said, so you know, do you have prints ready, or do you have anything organized? She looks at her book. No, see it. Even here, it doesn't say photograph. It says C-Mark at 10 o'clock. And I said, good. So did you bring some clothes? Oh, gosh, no, that'd be like planning. Then she said, oh, my God, I have to do nudes now. And so we saw this gibberish in person, and within an hour, she was just all back calm again. More dramatic one we had was a girl. She had planned this for her 15th wedding anniversary. We had a photo session on Sunday. Saturday night she comes home and her husband is packing his bag. It seems he's found his life soulmate in the 20-year-old secretary and was going to go. And she was like begging, like, we can do threesomes, like anything you want to do is stay, but he's off the way, has the soulmate, right? So she phones her friend, says, cancel the session. Her friend says, no, you have to go. This is exactly what she needs. She arrives. But makeup took a bit longer. She had these crying jags, and Janet said, oh, it's okay, just don't rub. You'll be just fine. It's waterproof makeup. We're just fine. So the session took a little bit longer than normal. By the time we changed, I could see her really dramatically go from being this lost person to, as she looks at the back of the camera, because as I do, as you see in the back there, as we do the photography, you see what we're doing, which gives you huge confidence. By the time she was done, she had found herself, walked out, super confident. But 6 months later, it turned out that the soulmate thing didn't work out for him, and he phoned her, assuming that it's going to be just perfect, just the way it was. She says, no, actually, we can't. Well, how about have dinner? Well, no, I'm on dates the next 5 nights, so really, go back to your soulmate, make it work. So those are the kind of things that are happening. We've got photographs out of space. We have a thing called milk shoots. I got a 2-minute warning here, so I have to speed up a little bit. Milk shoots are fun. What they do is, this is the executive person who's on that one, is you stand in a pose, we throw a milk at you, and then in Photoshop, we make a dress out of it. So it's a very unusual experience. We have wind we work with. We actually work with fire. We do fire sets as well and water sets. This is a new project called Her Body Speaks. I'm working it with Rochelle and another makeup artist, body painter. What we do is they choose positive body words. They're written on it, and we take photographs of them. They're done nude, but nothing shows. And we're looking at doing about probably 60 people in the upcoming year. So that's some of the projects we're on to. And I guess that's the end of it. There we go. Okay. There you go. That's me and what I do. Any questions? Talk to me as I take your photograph, and I'd be delighted to see you in front of my camera.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Well, I can't believe it's almost noon already. My God. So let me just turn this off for a second here and turn mine back on again for a second.